Bayshore Community Center and the J.D. MacArthur Arena for tonight's OSL Lacrosse Senior B matchup between the Owen Sound Bug Juice North Stars and the Ennismore James Gang. We're quickly going to go to the National Anthem before Brad and I get a chance to talk about this game. Bayshore Community Center. I'm Spencer Byers here with Brad Cascanet. Brad, big game here for Owen Sound. They're on a 4-game winning streak, looking for their 5th. They just beat Ennismore yesterday, 9-8, but stalled in the third period. You had a chance to watch some of that third period. What happened to the North Stars in that third?
I think what I saw in that third period was that they were kind of struggling to contain Ennismore's transition game, and with them taking quite a few more penalties than they normally do, I think their offense wasn't really getting off quick enough, and in conjunction with the penalties, it kind of struggled and let Ennismore back into the game.
Absolutely. And there you see the first start for Cameron Dunkerley for the Owen Sound Bug Juice North Stars, or I guess his second. First here at the Bayshore for sure. I haven't had a chance to see him yet. And over in the Ennismore cage is Jackson Brown, their main starter. He happens to be last in the goalie stats, or at least in registered goalie stats. You have to play at least 25% to be on the stat sheet, at least for what the stat sheet says.
Yeah. No, they're both proven Junior A goalies and both backups in the NLL, so should be an exciting matchup today.
Faceoff was won there by Tyler Halls, but he lost possession on it almost immediately, and now possession for Ennismore. Jeff Pearl, the captain, gets a great hit there by Riley Thompson, but just couldn't get possession off of Swift.
Yeah, it looked like the ball got caught in a Swift stick there, so a little hard for Riley to get the ball out.
Early save there for Dunkerley on Cole Hanrahan. Ennismore was short yesterday with 14 runners. Today they're even shorter. They got 12. Including adding back their second leading point getter in Tate Katoni, who I had a chance to talk to earlier pregame. That shot, good save by Brown. That was Saunders. Saunders has been a big help to this Bug Juice North Stars team, as well as Tanner Buck, who's right now trying to get back possession. Jordan Cascanet. He does knock the ball loose, didn't notice it until too late, and picked back up by Ennismore, though. Shoot up almost over half of the shot clock. Ennismore only has 5 left to work.
Yeah, that was good pressure on the transition back, and again, what I said is the key for Owen Sound today is to stop that transition and not let them run free down the floor.
Tanner Buck now is possession. Buck looking for a lane. He will get one shot. Brown will make the save. He's got an awkward-looking goalie stick.
Yeah, he used that little kind of, call it a spoon, I guess, the old field that they use in the NLL. Not allowed to use the wooden sticks in the NLL, so I think Jackson tries to stick with that. It's easier to throw with.
Well, it covers up a lot less of his 5-hole, so it gives a lot more gap.
Yeah, hopefully they can exploit him on that.
I've never seen a net that small playing goalie. I'm just kind of confused there when I saw him using it. I was like, did he break his nearly good player stick?
Yeah, exactly. As I said, they like to use those to be able to throw in the NLL, so he sticks with what he's used to.
Buck now with possession gets the pick from McMillan. He'll give it up. Shot there from Keane, and that one goes off the bar. Picked back up by Buck. Buck's got McMillan in the middle. He picks it up. Shot, and his foot was in the crease.
It's good ball movement and good cutting through the middle, so that's good to see early on for Owen Sound.
That'd be Cam Crown currently with the ball. He'll pass it back. Trying to set it up there is Ennismore. Swift puts it down there to Katoni. Katoni with the colored helmet. Tate played his first NLL season this year in Fort Worth with the Panther City. Lacrosse Club.
Yeah, he's he'll be an impact player in this game, I'm sure. He had a very good junior A career and now playing in the NLL for the Panther City. He'll bring a lot to the table for them.
Hall's over for Fegan. Fegan back up top there for Cascanet. Cascanet there to Saunders. Saunders looking for a lane. He can't get it. He will take it anyway, and that ball will flutter into the corner. Fegan use that big frame to catch it. Up top there for Halls. Halls. Deke shot. Good save there. Early athleticism there from Jackson Brown in the net of Ennismore.
Yeah, he's a very quick goalie. I think Owen Sound just needs to make him move a little bit more, and they'll be successful against him.
Matt Fountain goes down early. He had a knee problem yesterday. Oh, and he grabbed his hamstring, and I think he's done.
Yeah, it doesn't look it looks like he's in a lot of pain.
Possession now given up by Ennismore. Now flying up the floor, that's Zach Tompkinson. Tompkinson, he'll spin back. And he'll hand it off there to Mcnabb. McNabb gives it there to Keane. Keane runs into him, but McNabb will retrieve. And McNabb will throw it all the way back down to his goalie, Dunkerley. He'll give it up to Buck, who Buck's gonna have to fire here with 3, 2, 1 on the shot clock. Gets it on target.
Net. Oh, now Keane.
Almost picked up there by Keane, and it will be picked up by Dan. Keane in, falling as he shoots. Momentum was against him there as Owen Sound will gain back possession with a fresh shot clock in tow.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a real key for Owen Sound today to make sure that they can put that pressure on that transition and not let it start, and they've done a pretty good job so far.
And Ennismore's going to get tired as this game goes on. They just played yesterday, Buck, with a good opportunity there against Brown. They had 14 runners yesterday, lost a couple, gained a couple, and they're down to 12 today. You got to think playing 3 periods of 60 is going to be a problem here for Ennismore as this game wears on.
Yeah, I would think so too, and if they happened to stay last night, I'm sure they weren't in bed too early.
Jeff Swift plays it across. Catoni just gets a handle on it. Catoni, who was here yesterday, did not play. He passes it in, caught at the hand there of Dunkerley. I was making some Brady Lisk vibes there with that catch.
Yeah.
Tyler Hall's now got Fegan. He takes a shot. Almost beat Brown there. Brown thought the pass was coming and was a little handcuffed there on the shot.
Yeah, that was a good decoy by Halsey there to look off Mike Fegan and almost put that past Brown.
Fegan goes for the dive. He doesn't get the ball there from Mcnabb. Mcnabb looking for the pick from Fegan. Doesn't really get it, so just take a couple steps. Shot. That one almost beat Brown, but he was able to swing his leg to keep the ball from going past him. And now possession for Ennismore. The James gang. That was Miller. Miller gives it across to Swift. Swift is it right back to Hanrahan. Cole Hanrahan. He'll give it up. Shot there from Miller. That one is over the net for Dunkerley.
Yeah, I think he got a piece of that one and leapt it over top of his head. He was lucky it didn't go back off the crossbar or off his back and go and roll into the net. So.
Lucky bounce for Dunkerley. Now Jordan McMillan. McCaskinet. McNabb. McNabb gonna get a pick from Fegan. It looks like no, it's a slip actually from Keane, and Keane now has to go retrieve. McNabb done that twice now tonight, and it's gonna be possession for Ennismore.
Yeah, not a real high percentage play there. We got to watch that. It was a nice flip pass, but just a little bit out of Keane's reach. So.
And they're the leading point getters here in the entire NLL. Jake McNabb increasing his lead there on Chris Atwood at the very top of the list. You see Tanner Buck there also in 4th spot for Owen Sound. You also see Jordan Caskinet in the 6th spot, as well as Fegan and Jordan Goddard there for Six Nations. They got a couple kids up there too. Still 7-0 are the Six Nations Rivermen, pardon me. The Rebels are their junior B affiliate.
Yeah.
Thompson. Played across, nobody home there for Owen Sound, and now possession for Ennismore. Trying to block his eyes there. Interesting strategy from Ken Colson. And Colson gets a good whack for it. Now in Catoni gives it off, shot. That one saved by Dunkerley. Both these goalies don't seem to be scared to go down to their legs, and it's been a little more butterfly than we're normally seeing here in Lacrosse.
Yeah, they're both very agile goaltenders, so you're going to see a lot of excitement in the net today. So it is kind of nice.
Saunders right across from McNabb. McNabb off the bar, and it's going to get for Jeff Swift, who's got a one-on-one with Dan Keane. Caskinet lagging behind. Swift goes right into the contact. Caskinet though with the late back check.
That was good to let Dan Keane kind of tie him up first and then go for the stick. That's what we always try to teach the guys when they're in minor and in junior to take the stick, the second guy following up. So.
Saunders puts that one on target. Castanet goes to retrieve down in the corner. Castanet now does have possession, but is getting forced into the boards. He'll go behind the net. Mcnabb. Saunders trying to get around, lost possession, and now Fegan's got to go play some catch-up. It's Fegan against McLaughlin, and there's going to be a whistle from the back there. Mcnabb was on the ground. I assume Mcnabb got forced down behind the play, giving Owen Sound possession in the neutral zone. Yeah,
there's a little minor interference. He got tripped up by the Ennismore guy running off, and so we were lucky to get possession back again.
McNabb for Buck. Buck down for Saunders. Saunders trying to get, I assume, a shot off, but again blocked again. McNabb gets taken down. Doesn't lose possession, though. He gets the pick from Fegan. Shot, score!
That was a nice pick by Mike Fegan on that one. He made that goal work for Jake McNabb. Obviously, Jake was being hounded by the defender, and a little slip pick, and ball's in the net.
Interesting play there by Saunders, though, to get rid of it, but watch McNabb there. Great hand-eye coordination to keep the ball after taking a little bit of a tumble, and then a little bit of space created by Fegan, and he makes no mistake showing why he's the leading goal scorer on the Bug Juice North Stars, but leading point getter in all of the OSL.
Yep, that was a great loose ball, and you take the opportunities. I think Owen Sound's offense needs to kind of maybe slow down the first shot and use that clock a little bit more and move the ball before they're taking those shots.
And now it's Rob Clofer. He'll give it off. That's McMillan. Right across there for Keane. Keane takes a run, takes a shot. It's caught in the net there of Brown.
Yeah, they're going to have to penetrate a little bit more. They're not going to be able to beat Jackson Brown that far out. So maybe a little bit better ball movement moving forward here will help them out.
Hammerhand coming down for Swift. So gets the pick from Catoni. Swift looking for a lane. He'll give it off to Hammerhand. Hammerhand shot, scores! Hammerhand beats Dunkerley 5-hole, and we got a 1-1 tie.
Yeah, it just looked like the defender kind of slipped on that play, and the Ennismore Hammerhand had the chance to get his hands free, and it almost looked like almost a knuckleball type of shot, and I think Cam Dunkerley couldn't get quite over quick enough. So it's unfortunate that the Owen Sound defender lost his stick as well.
Jeff Swift, a former Owen Sound Bug Juice North Star from a couple of seasons ago after getting loaned here from Ennismore, back there as their captain, and he gets the assist on the goal. Now face-off won by Ennismore, and they'll gain back possession, but Owen Sound pressing quite far into the Ennismore zone. Now here comes Swift, Catoni. Catoni's shot, that one goes over Dunkerley, threw his head at that one, and it just goes over. One observation I want to quickly make, though, is both goalies are, I don't want to say short, because I'm short, but they're definitely not the tallest two goalies I've seen here in the OSL, which is probably another reason why they have to be so agile, is because of their lack of size, if you will.
Yeah, exactly. Like the nets in senior and in the LML are a lot bigger than in minor and even in some of the junior situations. So it, they're both athletic goalies, so they make up with their height. And can just cover a lot of net.
Buck, Saunders, Buck, shot, scores! I couldn't tell if I was going to call that foot in the crease, but Buck adds to his season totals. It's 2-1.
Yeah. Tanner kept his foot out of the crease. It was a nice little stretch and kind of a fake to that far left-hand corner, and then he tucked it in the right corner. So, Tanner's got such a quick stick. It's very, very hard for goaltenders to pick that up at the end. So when you're in that close, he should score pretty much every time.
Buck caught that, I swear, with one hand on his stick and is able to twist himself, getting the shot away. Buck making that his 9th goal this year. He's got 22 points in just 5 games played. He's been a massive addition to this Bug Juice North Star team. A big reason why they've won 4 in a row, looking for 5 tonight.
Yeah, Tanner's really going to help him out. He's an NLL quality player, very quick, as we say, and he can put the ball in the net in spades. So looking forward to seeing him finish the season.
Castanet, right around shot. That one low into Brown's stick. He went almost around the world there. Riley Thompson almost got a steal there right off the pass from Brown.
Yeah, Jordan said he should have maybe got rid of that a little bit quicker, but coming around and maybe catching Jackson Brown off his game, but he followed him right to it and made the stop.
Gasconet now got it back. Straight across there. Mcnabb shot. That one goes wide. Didn't even really phase Jackson Brown.
No, just missed the mark by a little bit, trying to tuck it in that short side, I think, and wasn't quite there.
McNabb's got it back. McNabb only got 2 on the shot clock. He'll dump it. Buck does get a shot on target, I want to say. No, he doesn't. Just missing. Yeah. Brown, well, what a quick trigger there by Buck, as you said earlier. Yeah,
exactly. He's always there and always knows the right place at the right time. So scores a lot of goals that way, unexpected.
Cam Crown, he'll give it off. Swift down for Catoni. Make a break for it, back for Swift. Swift walks into one. That one slips through Dunkerley, but he steered it away.
Yeah, Catoni really drew 2 guys on that. The defender tried to really slide to help out his teammate, and it almost cost him.
Quaid came up with the ball, and then he'll go off. Saunders. Back there, Keane shot. That's a good save from Brown. Keane's got it back. He'll fire up for McNabb. McNabb for McMillan. McMillan shot, scores! Jordan McMillan, and it's 3-1.
Yeah, that was a nice goal by Jordan McMillan. Nice quick release, simple lacrosse play. You don't have to always power it through the goaltender, and sometimes those little slower shots screw them up when the other guys are whipping the ball so hard. So that was a very nice goal by Jordan McMillan.
It's the curveball to the other guy's fastball, and that one goes right by Brown, and it's 3-1 Owen Sound.
Exactly. You need to know what the speed of everybody's shot is in this game.
Face off between Halls, and Halls will lose it there to Ennismore. Catoni right up for Swift. Catoni looking back for Catoni, just couldn't get it to Tate. Swift back for Catoni. Catoni waiting for some reinforcements. He's going to get a pick from well out. Catoni off a helmet. That goes sky high, and possession will stay with Ennismore.
Yeah, you might as well get rid of that ball as hard as you can and hope that it goes off either the goalie or the defender, which it did in that case.
Catoni, Hanrahan. Cole Hanrahan. Gonna get a pick from Hutchcraft. Hanrahan, right for Hutchcraft. In shot. That one goes right across the goal line. Looked like, though, the ref said it was saved by Dunkerley. Possession back for Ennismore. Swift, who did play yesterday, for Catoni. Catoni takes a run around. He can't get rid of it. He's out happy. I think he got caught in the mask. And he'll give it off there to Hanrahan. Hanrahan, he gets a good shot, and they're going to call that one. I think they're going to call that a makeup call if we were in hockey. Swift getting a shot from well out. That one goes wide, and looks like they're going to send Miller Rusbridge for a high stick.
Yeah, I think he just got a little overzealous there at the end. He made a good original play, but as you say, when it's done right in front of the official, they'll let you away with the first one, but never the second retaliation. So hopefully Owen Sound can have a good penalty kill.
Starting off there with Catoni now being at the very top of the Ennismore power play. They come in at a staggering 35%. Compared to Owen Sound's penalty kill, which has gone down drastically since yesterday, down to only 69%.
Yeah, it's they don't put the ball in the net a whole lot, but every once in a while, our team will catch fire and be able to pick apart that defense.
Hutchcraft had a great prime opportunity there and lost it, and Waltfer caught him in the hands there. Hutchcraft's going to run off there limping. Owen Sound not the opportunity, though. Owen Sound's shot, that one just goes wide of Brown's net. He'll go to retrieve. Good opportunity there by Wyatt Barfoot, who had a goal yesterday.
Yep, they got to watch. They got to get some fresh legs out there now, because every time you run up and down that floor a couple times, you run out of gas. But one good thing is Ennismore's bench is short, so hopefully it doesn't hurt them.
Catoni's shot, that's a good save by Dunkley. It's getting shorter. I haven't seen Mount Fountain since he hurt his hamstring, and Hutchcraft now on the bench getting his hand tendered to. Sides now 10 runners. That shot by Buck, that one just goes wide. we're going to retrieve a couple North Stars, and Halls will bounce it into the Ennismore net, or Ennismore bench, pardon me.
Yeah, that was an unfortunate. Couldn't quite track that down. The lacrosse balls on that second bounce always take a wild little skip across the floor, so wasn't able to do it.
Talk about the Bayshore bounce in hockey and lacrosse. It's even more awkward.
Yeah.
As Katoni. Take Katoni, gives it down. I believe he'll take a walk shot. Dunkley with a great save in close there on Tam Crown.
Yeah, that one was actually kind of good too, because Tyler Hall's there. He played a lot of minor and junior with Cam Dunkerley, so they know each other well.
What a weird sequence for Owen Sound, but a great save there by Brown. And they're going to give a slash against Ennismore, and it goes against Cam Crown.
Yeah, I think you're going to see this a little bit more as the game progresses. With only 10 runners now, these guys are going to start getting tired and start hacking and doing things they normally wouldn't do if they had a bigger bench.
And they're gonna give him the slash. And Cascadet goes to start at the very top. I think Buck's asking if I can start. It's kind of like when soccer players take a free kick. They're asking who gets to start at the very top.
Yeah, well, actually, they're probably talking. They play, Jordan and Tanner played Junior A together in Orangeville when they won the Minto Cup, and so they know each other very well. And they're probably talking what they're going to do. And they're both interchangeable at that top.
Cascadet gives it off to Buck. Two rush. Cascadet in shot. Almost tailor-made, and Brad, I think you called that one pretty quick.
Yeah, I think that was a design play. So the two-man game on the 4-on-4 really works well. So let's try and use this clock here. Now they're at full strength. So
their power play is still at a staggering 40%. So they're potent on the man advantage. Buck, Thompson, Mcnabb. That one goes wide. Buck just couldn't get high enough to get that one. Couldn't climb the ladder, but Dunkley comes out to get it. He'll just whack it, and that ball will get sent all the way down to Ennismore zone. Quick catch, and here they come.
Yeah, they should be able to get this ball back.
And I thought did, now they do.
Yeah, Ennismore is already showing fatigue, so just putting a little bit of pressure on that, Owen Sound gets the ball back again.
Keane fakes it to Buck, I believe. Yeah, he does. Buck. Back to Buck. McNabb. Down for Keane. Keane trying to get in for Thompson. Just couldn't get it there. McNabb off for Cascadet. Right in the mask. Buck shot right at the shot clock. What a good save by Brown.
Yeah, I don't think Jordan was expecting that pass to come across again that late in the play. So
that ball goes all the way down into Dunkerley. Dunkerley caught it. Kind of handcuffed him on that one too. He was kind of unexpected. That one would come all the way down.
Yeah, but this looks as if Ennismore is just trying to get rid of the ball out of the zone so they can knock a little bit of time off the clock.
Buck, shot, good save there by Brown. Buck goes to retrieve it. 1-on-4, he gets it back. Shot, great save there by Brown. And Buck stole on the floor, can't believe he didn't bury that one.
Yeah, that's just shows how quick Tanner's stick is, so it's going to help them out a lot.
That one passed back in the middle. Katoni shot. That one goes wide. Thompson on the back there. And Tom's going to go, I think, talk to him about it. Oh, no, he's not. He is just going to run by him. And possession will go to Owen Sound. Yeah,
it looks as if the Ennismore offensive guy ran through the crease, so turnover.
Nick Quaid. Pat Saunders. I haven't seen a lot of him tonight so far. Fegan. Gonna get the pick from McNabb, it looks like, but to no avail. But he will get a second pick there, and will get free. Back up for Saunders. Saunders takes a little walk, shot off the mask, it looks like, and here comes Ennismore.
Yeah, and the Owen Sound offensive guy just about picked it up off there, but he couldn't quite get it off the bounce.
Good hit there. Flying off the bench was Miller Rustbridge, and they get back possession for Owen Sound. I thought McMillan had it there for a second. Saunders still in the corner. Saunders right across, shot from Keane. That was a quick trigger. What a good save there by Brown.
Quick release, but Brown was able to get across and take away the angle.
Swift, Katoni. for Swift, just can get a handle on it, now picked back up by Owen Sound. Fake there, pass right up now, and here comes Owen Sound 2-on-1. Owen Sound looking for an opportunity, back across, nobody home, Gretzky's offense right in the middle, Hall's shot, that one bounced just wide.
That was a great play by Sean Lance to bring that around and draw the defender behind the net with him. So Sean Lance is going to give them a big boost as well. Played a lot of his junior in Kitchener and was a Laura Mohawk for a lot of years. And great offensive player as well, but coming out of the back door, it's going to help him out.
And now quickly, I think Boston Pizza for the crew. Freshmen here tonight. You can all, see them at 1606 16th Street East. Here in Owen Sound, or call them at 519-370-2003, or see them at their website at www.bostonpizza.com. That can help them because they help us. Always nice to help your community. I saw the Rogers crew eating up all the pizza earlier tonight. I believe there are some pieces left there. Saunders puts that one on target. Somebody's stick, I think, is broken, or at least it's definitely not being handled.
Looks like the defender, Aiden McLaughlin's stick is on the floor. Not sure if it's broke or if he just can't pick it up yet. So maybe he'll go and grab it. Yeah, he grabs it now, so obviously it's not broken.
Now Cascanet takes a rush at the net. He'll take a shot. Good save there by Brown. Now it's going to be held there by Thompson. Riley Thompson.
Yeah. Fresh 30, so hopefully they'll be able to do something here at the end of the period.
Mcnabb for Fegan. Fegan's shot got the slip off the pick, but just couldn't get that one by Brown. And that one right up for Jeff Swift. Swift now got an opportunity. Katoni's going to take a run, so Swift's going to take a run with him. Back across for Tate Katoni. Back for Swift. Swift shot. Great save there by Dunkerley. Dunkerley's got something to say to Swift as he's down on the floor.
Yeah, I think Owen Sound got away with one there. The defender came across and took Swift out pretty good as he took that shot. But looked to me like a good defensive play, but I think Jeff Swift's a little upset about that.
I think he can fault it now. Owen Sound's going to be able to chew up the rest of this game clock with only 5 seconds left here in the first frame. Pass right across. Buck, I thought, tried to get a shot away, just couldn't. McMillan can't get a hold of it either. And that will do it here for the first period. Owen Sound up 3-1 on the Ennismore James gang. Pretty good first period by Owen Sound all in all, Brad.
Yeah, actually it was fairly fast. They just need to take get some better shot opportunities. And it looked as if, Jackson Brown stood on his head that period. I'm not really quite sure the shots, but it was definitely an advantage for Owen Sound in that. So hopefully Owen Sound can put it past them and it'll be good.
Absolutely. Owen Sound looked really, really good in that first period. A lot better than what they ended with against Ennismore yesterday, scoring no goals in that third period, something you normally don't see in lacrosse especially. But tonight, the big guns showed up. Tanner Buck's got a goal tonight. Jordan McMillan's got a goal tonight. And Jake Mcnabb, obviously, leading point getter in all of the OSL. He's got a goal tonight. How impressed have you been with the big stars here, the Tanner Bucks and Pat Saunders and McNabb's, for example?
They've been doing their jobs, and of course, you come to rely on those three guys and even a couple of the other guys to putting the ball in the net on a continuous basis, night after night. What we really need to see is more distribution of offense. I think that could have been a big issue with Owen Sound last night in the third period, is that they weren't distributing the ball well enough and getting more guys involved.
Absolutely. One thing that's really upset me here doing the Senior B games is they always seem to take a period off. They always seem to have that period where they just can't seem to be clicking on offense, can't seem to get a lot of goals. What do you think Owen Sound has to do going into the second period to be able to not stall, to be able to bring it back to Ennismore, who we can see from up here in the booth at least, they seem to be getting really tired?
Well, I think the key is their transition. This period, it's a little bit easier change on the bench going back into their home end. That'll help them, and it'll also save legs, whereas Ennismore will have to run more because they have to run farther this time. So I think that'll be the key for Owen Sound to make sure that their transition is really, really quick this period.
Absolutely. So we'll be right back here up in the booth with myself and Brad, but before that, you'll get a chance to see myself interviewing Tanner Buck for a good 3 minutes here on Rogers TV.
Don't forget to join us on Great County Life at Home next week.
We'll be speaking with Rachel Taylor from Home and Community Support Services.
Ani, I'm Carolyn King, and I'm a member of the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation and the creator of the Moccasin Identifier. Philip Cote, an artist in Toronto here, took and redrew real moccasins. We're starting over with the children. The idea is that they would research whose land their school is built on, near, or what treaty area they're in. And the educational kit that we have has all that information in there. And the children just, love it. My dream is that this province will be covered with moccasin identifiers within the next decade, and they will forever know whose land they're on. That's the goal. Educate and awareness with a nice, simple little program called the Moccasin Identifier.
Welcome everyone in between the first and second periods here. I'm here with Tanner Buck of the Owen Sound Bug Juice North Stars. I'm Spencer Byers. Tanner, big game for you here tonight. You had a 3-goal game against the same team in Ennismore. How much confidence do you have coming into tonight?
I think confidence is definitely up playing with guys that we got in there. It's pretty easy to keep the confidence up. We swing the ball around pretty well, so it's easy to keep everyone's spirits up. We got a lot of guys up there that can contribute, so hopefully we can just stick to the same game plan as yesterday and keep putting the ball in the net.
Absolutely. So how much confidence do you have in your team getting the new additions like yourself and Pat Saunders, for example?
Oh, it's awesome. I haven't played with everybody in there, but I played with a couple guys, so I somewhat knew what to expect. But getting to play with guys like Pat and Mcnabb, it's been awesome. They're very smart players, so it's pretty easy to gel with them and get the ball swinging.
Jake Mcnabb, currently the leading point getter in all of the OSL, pardon me.
Yeah.
What has impressed you so much about his game?
He's just so easy to play with. Like he's first game coming in, we were already talking about what we were going to do before we got out there, and we got to it pretty good. I think we both had pretty good couple goals in the first game we played together and a couple assists to each other. So whenever you can get with somebody that's got high IQ like that, it makes it so much easier to play with.
Now I got to ask you about yesterday. Ennismore, you only beat them by 1 goal. You had an amazing second period. You beat them just in the second period 6-3. You didn't score a goal in the third period. What happened in that third period for you guys? Was it just a stalling on your offense's part, or do you think it was Ennismore's defense really clamping up?
Yeah, I think their defense definitely stepped up and adjusted to what we were doing early in the game, and I think we just struggled to get our feet under us early in the third period. Kind of looked like we maybe had some heavy legs out there, so hopefully we can bring it out tonight and be a little bit better up there. 9 might not be enough tonight, so.
I suspect not as well. They have a couple guys coming back here for tonight's game, but lastly here for you, what do you think your team needs to do to be able to beat Ennismore tonight and win their 5th in a row?
Hopefully just stick to our game plan. We've been pretty good at just doing what the coaches ask us to do and doing what we set up on the bench and whatnot. Our offense, we work well together, especially when we're all talking in high spirits. So hopefully we can just keep the ball swinging, keep the positivity on the bench, and hopefully we can just go put up some numbers.
Perfect. Thank you, Tanner Buck, Owen Sound Bug Juice North Star forward, second in team scoring. I'm Spencer Byers. Back up to me and Brad Cascadet after this.
What kind of show do you want to see on Rogers TV? What interests you? Log on to rogerstv.com, fill out a show proposal, and tell us about your segment idea. We want to know what you want to see. Rogers TV, only on Rogers.
Hi, I'm David Shearman, host of Politically Speaking. Join me for my next show where my guests will be Lori Wilder and Jane Thompson of the Blue Water District School Board. Politically Speaking on Rogers TV.
Welcome back here to the Harry Lumley Bayshore Community Center and the J.D. McCarthy Arena for tonight's OSL, Senior B lacrosse between the Owen Sound Bugjuice North Stars and the Ennismore James Gang. I'm Spencer Byers here with Brad Cascadet. Brad.
No
Big
worries.
third period for Owen Sound. They come out 3-1. You got to hope that they have a better second period, almost like they did yesterday when they scored 6 goals against this same team, Ennismore. What do you expect to see going into that second period for Owen Sound?
Well, like what I said before at the end of the first period, it's going to be this transition to be able to beat down on the Ennismore guys so they can, obviously they were looking very, very tired. So hopefully they can transition and just push the tempo of play.
Absolutely, and quickly here, Ennismore down to probably 10 guys. Hutchcraft with a wrist injury, and it looked like Fountain there with a hamstring injury. How important, how detrimental is it going to be for Ennismore having that lack of guys, they have lack of manpower?
Well, it's gonna lead to a lot of penalties. You saw a few there at the end of the period where they were just pushed into making not the right play and taking a penalty because of it, because they're just so tired out there. They just reach and slash. So
absolutely, Brad and I will be right back here for the second period between Owen Sound and Ennismore right after this.
October 5th, 2014, my daughter was hit by a train. She was walking along the sides of the tracks, and it shattered her world.
My Uncle Cheney was one of over 150,000 Indigenous children that were taken to residential schools between the 1800s and 1996. My uncle ran away from school wanting to get home to his mom and dad, and sadly he didn't make it and died of exposure. When Gord Downey found out about my late Uncle Cheney's story, he wrote Secret Path, a series of poems that became an album, then a graphic novel, a documentary, and a concert. Gord met my family, and together we formed the Gord Downey and Cheney Winjack Fund. Together, we are sharing Secret Path and other reconciliation resources with legacy schools, setting up legacy spaces across Canada, and hosting events like Secret Path Week to inspire all Canadians to engage in reconciliation. Before he left us, Gord asked us all to do something.
You're gonna figure it out.
Will you join us? Together, we can make Canada a better place.
Are you the type who would keep going or stop? It's not easy to stop when you have an addiction. Legalizing cannabis won't stop addiction. It trivializes its consumption. Let's be vigilant. If you need help, visit portage.ca.
And here we are back for the second period between the Owen Sound Bugjuice North Stars and the Ennismore James Gang. I still love saying James Gang because it's such a weird name for a team. But anyway, I'm Spencer Byers here with Brad Cascadet. Brad, big second period here for Owen Sound, looking to win their 5th straight here and really battling with Six Nations for that top spot in the OSL.
Yeah, they really need to stay on the gas this period and run Ennismore into the ground. That's going to be the key to this period. Their defenders, Ennismore has to run back quite a bit farther this time, so hopefully they can do it. Looks like Fountain's put on the backup goaltender pads.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So it looks like Aiden Hutchinson might be dressing tonight number 3. I'll see if I see a 3 jersey later tonight, but I think I see a 2 on the bench, so 2 might be Aiden Hutchinson. This is going to be a really interesting period for us. But anyway, Tyler Halls wins the faceoff. Right down for Thompson. Scores! No foot in the crease.
Oh, yeah, that was a very quick transition. And as I said, Owen Sound's already starting to do it. But, yeah, that's pretty exciting when you don't have a lot of guys, and you might as well put the injured guy as the backup goalie and get him running, at least playing some defense.
Swift. Straight across, nobody home there, and it'll be picked up by Nick Quaid. Quaid gives it up there, almost mishandled by Zach Tompkinson, but now here he comes. Up for Mcnabb. Mcnabb. Pass back out there for Tompkinson, right in the middle. Saunders scores. You can't give you can't get Pat Saunders that much space and time right in front of the paint if you don't want him to score.
Yeah, and that was all about Zach Tompkinson there. He stayed up with that transition play instead of coming off and almost acted like a decoy, drawing Jackson Brown over, thinking that Jackson probably thought that Zach was going to shoot the ball himself, and then that just leaves Pat Saunders wide open in front of the net, and Jackson Brown didn't have no chance to get back into position to save that.
And they're going to call a foul against Halls, and the possession will now go to Ennismore.
Yeah, I didn't quite see what happened there, so I'll have to ask the officials after what that call was.
Swift. Catoni looking for an opportunity at the net. He'll take a twist, just can't get towards the net. He'll have to regroup. He'll take a shot though from well, it scores! Tate Catoni.
Yeah, and that's what quickness will do for you. He just never stopped on that. Came off the pick in the screen and just tucked it underneath Dunkerley's arm for the goal. Couldn't quite squeeze that one.
As you said, a backup. As you can tell, I was so confused when I saw the green mask and green gloves because everything matched. And then a friend of mine from back in the city who does some MSL games texted me and said he plays for the Saskatchewan Rush.
Yes, exactly. Cam's the second goalie, and he also actually played for the Victoria Shamrocks out in BC during the Minto Cup run in 2019 against Orangeville. So looks as if Owen Sound's maybe getting a penalty here. Or is it just a possession?
Oh, no, it looks like it'll be a penalty in the end.
Yeah, it looks like Wyatt Barfoot, maybe. Didn't quite see what happened, but Tate Catoni went down pretty hard. So,
and it was a great save by Dunkerley in that sequence. He had 4 against Wyatt Barfoot. It looked to be with the check from behind push there by the referee. And here's the replay of it. Watch the save by Dunkerley, and then up. Oh,
okay. Yep, just a little bit on the back. Not really a cross check, but I guess you got to kind of call that check it from behind, even though only a little bit of his stick hit his back. So.
Hanrahan, Catoni, shot from well up. That goes well high. Pick back up by Catoni. Catoni's gonna have another chance at it. Gives it off for Jeff Swift. Swift shot. That's a good save by Dunkerley. That one can't get rid of it. Swift picks it back up. Swift's got a fresh shot clock now. Hanrahan well out of the picture. And he'll give it off to Hanrahan, knowing the shot clock's reset. Catoni, Hanrahan, Catoni gets a pick from Swift. Back for Hanrahan. Back for Catoni. For Swift. Shot. Good save there by Dunkerley.
That was a good loose ball pickup there too by Miller Rusridge.
Zach Tompkinson looked to spread. Get a fast break there, but just couldn't gain possession off the pass there from Miller Rusbridge. Catoni. I believe that's Swift. Back to Catoni. Catoni back for Swift. Swift looking for an opportunity. That one shot scores! Catoni with his second of the period, second of the game, and now they're within 1.
Yep, and that's what happens when you get a player like Tate Catoni out there, and Owen Sound was not very successful with the loose balls on that penalty kill. So basically Ennismore took control of that play and just started peppering Dunkerley with shots.
It looked like Zach Tompkinson also took a little tumble there as he went to run. He looks like right there he slipped as he went to get off, try to impede the shot. And actually now, ironically, that was just at the end of the first minor of the double minor, so now Owen Sound will stay on the penalty kill for another full 2 minutes.
Yeah, and that's unfortunate. You like to try with those double minors. You like to try to stand tall in the first 2 minutes and give your goaltender an opportunity to see the ball, but they just kept backing into the zone. It was a little bit more than they should have on that play.
Halls wins the faceoff. He'll go deep into the Ennismore zone. Thought he was going to take a shot there for a second, but now he'll just chew the 30-second shot clock, and I think Ennismore's going to let him because I don't think they want any part of trying to rush this Owen Sound team because they are already tired legs. Trying to press them to get rid of that ball is just going to be even worse.
Yeah, and that's a smart thing by Halls there to pull that ball out instead of having to push the net for a shot. You don't really need to do that. So you kill that 30 and it helps your goaltender at least one sequence. He doesn't have to, only has to kill a minute and 30 now.
Clover there at the end, trying to give a pass to Riley Thompson. And now take Catoni. Right across for Hanrahan. He'll give it off there to Hutchcraft. Hutchcraft is back dressed after the wrist injury he suffered nearing the end of that first period. Shot for Hanrahan, shot, good save. Another pickup shot, that one saved by Dunkerley. Now fighting for it there was Jeff Swift, picked up by Hutchcraft.
Yeah, and that's going to be the key for Ennismore right now. If they can keep getting those loose balls and keep getting second and third chances on the 30-second clock, it's going to help them out a lot.
Hutchcraft takes a run shot, good save there by Dunkerley. There comes Owen Sound quick on the rush. Trying to pick up there by Klopfer, just can't gain back possession. Picked back up there by Caccione. Caccione's got Swift to his right. He'll give it to Swift. Swift takes a shot off the post.
Yeah, that didn't miss by much. So he just waited that split second on that little sidewinder shot, and it just missed hitting the post.
Caccione. Back down there for Swift. Swift takes a run at it, shot. Good save there by Dunkerley. Picked up now by Klopfer. He'll get a chance to run. He'll give it up there for Zach Tompkinson, who's going to get his head down and go for a run. Tompkinson gets around the check, shot. That one just wide. And Thompson's going to, or not Buck, pardon me, he's going to run all the way back to his bench. Now possession back for Caccione. Caccione's take one more shot. That one goes just wide. And that will do it for the penalty.
Yeah, Owen Sound was fortunate there that they were able to do it, and Ennismore doesn't have the legs to keep up right now, so it's they've got to keep on the gas.
Saunders with that shot, good save from Ennismore.
Yeah, and Owen Sound does somewhat have to slow it down a little bit on that instead of, they need to utilize the 30-second clock as well.
Swift looking into the middle there. Can't find anyone, so it's going to take another run. Back up for Caccione. Jade Caccione takes a shot. Good save there by Dunkerley. And Barfoot got shoved down there right at the end. He was going to get the pass. Mishandles it, but will retrieve it now. Barfoot's got an A on his shirt tonight. He'll get off there, Mcnabb. Mcnabb fumbles it, but he'll be able to get it back up. Saunders. Buck. Back for Saunders. Double hack behind the back, but a good save there by Brown.
Yeah, Jackson Brown anticipated that perfectly, right into his small stick, as you were saying earlier, but he knows how to use it, so.
Aiden Hodges, I think, is wearing number 2. I think playing on offense right now with Tate Caccione. He can give the pick for Caccione. That one, I think, off the post. Picked up there by Barfoot. Barfoot fires it up there for Owen Sound. They have a 2-on-1, make it 3-on-1. Mcnabb in. Shot, good catch there by Brown with that small stick.
Yeah, he's quick with it. So as you see, he throws very, very on a dime. So it's a good thing for him.
Caccione with that shiny helmet. You know what? You never miss number 19. Back for him. Pass it across. Hutchcraft can't get a hold of it. He's going to get harassed there, shoved to the boards. Now Owen Sound's going to take chase, and they have a chance here on a 2-on-0. Just can't pick it up though. Now they will, 2-on-1. Pass it in the middle, and Wyatt Barfoot will just hold it for the offensive guys. There, the rush was with Thomas McDonald, who just couldn't get a handle on that one.
Yeah, he just couldn't scoop it up. I think he was at the end of a shift there, so he was starving for some air and just couldn't get the ball to go into his stick.
McNabb takes a good dash to the net there and just couldn't get it on target. McNabb's going to give an extra couple shoves there and get his stick back. He does. McMillan shot off the bar, and that one I think landed out.
Yeah.
And McNabb still going at it there with an Ennismore player.
Yeah, I didn't quite see what happened there, but he was giving it, the defender, Ennismore defender, was giving it to Jake McNabb pretty good, so took exception to that. Yeah, and now Ennismore's trying to push the ball too much, I think, and I think we're going to see a lot of this period, and if Jackson Brown can slow them down, this is going to be a closer game than it should be.
Jackson Brown's looked fantastic. Another great save there on Zach Tompkinson, who got a interception on one of the passes. Caccione. Swift. They get the pick from Caccione. At least slipped it. Swift getting harassed. Gets around, passed across. Nobody home there for Hutchinson. Hutchinson's going to get thrown into the boards there by Klopfer. They only have 5 on the shot clock there for Hutchinson. He's just going to fire it. Awkward bounce there, and it's going to bounce into the middle, and Owen Sound will gain possession.
Yeah, you know what? He doesn't look too bad running up on no. It's always good to see a goaltender be able to do that. That's pretty exciting.
McNabb heard footsteps, and he got rid of it pretty quick. Back to McNabb from Fegan. Now right across. Saunders walks into one shot. Good save there by Brown.
Yeah, Brown seems to be absorbing those rebounds really, really nicely. So he's helping his own cause out a lot.
And now Buck giving a couple little lip service there to an Ennismore defender.
Yeah, it's the same guy that was going after Jake Mcnabb. So Tucker King there, there must be a few words being exchanged there. So.
And now Caccione, what a save by Owen, by Dunkerley. And now they're gonna send, it looks like Wyatt Barfoot again.
Yeah, it looks like Caccione slipped that pick, and it's the only thing Wyatt could have done in that situation, to help his goaltender out and save a goal. You might as well take a penalty instead of let the ball go in the net.
High stick is the call, and yeah, he caught him right there, right when he reached around.
Yeah.
But what a save by Dunkerley.
Exactly. Dunkerley knows his angles, and he knows how to play those balls, and he uses this defender as almost like a screen, a reverse screen, and knows which way to go, and takes the percentages away from the shooter.
Now, quick water break there for the Glaze. I take a quick sip of my water, but now Ennismore look pretty potent on their power play already tonight. Gets another opportunity as we get a chance to see the standings here in the OSL. Six Nations, as I said, 7-0 now. They won yesterday against Clearview. No surprises there at the very bottom in sixth spot. Owen Sound won 4 in a row, looking for 5. They're second with 6-3. Oakville is now in the third spot, just above Brooklyn and Ennismore. Ennismore still looking for a chance to move up the standings. They'll have to play either Owen Sound or Six Nations in the playoff.
Yeah, exactly. I'm excited to watch Six Nations come back and play Owen Sound again now that everybody's got their full rosters,
including them.
Yes.
Played a cross shot there from Swift, and I say that because last time they were here, I had about 4 numbers that were right on my sheet, and I was not a happy camper, as Mark Perry will vouch.
Yes, yeah, it's a little hard to call a game when it's not the right numbers and the right names on there. So
when I gotta say number to number, over to number, I get a little upset.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. Jeff Swift back for Caccione. Caccione back for Swift, the captain, back for Caccione. Caccione, I believe that's Hanrahan, back for Caccione. Gonna get the pick. They love that perimeter pass. Caccione shot, good save there by Dunkerley.
Dunkerley's now taking that top corner away from Caccione. He's gone there almost every time with the shot, so he's gonna have to figure something out a little bit different.
Saunders scores!
Yeah, that's a nice transition off of that, Saunders coming off the bench, and I said that was the key this period for Owen Sound, is that transition and getting that quick stick off coming off the bench.
Halls looked off. 2 different guys making a rush up the floor, including Tompkinson. You see there on the left of your screen. Waited for the offensive guy like Saunders to get on the floor, and Saunders makes no mistake with that shot. He almost holds the stick like a catapult, waiting to fire the debris over the Chinese wall is what I'm going to go with.
Yeah, exactly. And it's a quick release, and that's what you need to do in that play to make it go in the net every time. So
that ball's going to be right off to Brett Cloakford. He's going to try to waste, I guess, a minute of that shot clock, or a minute of that power play here for Ennismore. We're happy to still be on the power play. That was a shorty for Pat Saunders.
Yeah, exactly, and that's huge when you're playing at this level to be able to put it in, and it's another nail in the coffin for Ennismore.
That shot there by Cloakford gets an opportunity at the net. One of the very rare opportunities he gets in the offense zone. Now he'll go off. So plays it up for Caccione. Caccione, who I got a chance to talk to pre-game. They did the same fake. It was Swift and Caccione. Caccione's gonna take a shot. Good save there by Dunkerley. He seems to be seeing a lot better of Caccione's shots. That ball fanned on, picked back up by Caccione. Here they come. Ennismore looking for another opportunity at the net. Swift. Ooh, Caccione, I think, got thrown to the boards there in the very bottom corner.
Now, he's the only one that actually has a little bit of jump in his step. Obviously, he didn't play yesterday, so his legs are maybe a little bit fresher.
And it's going to be a 3-on-3 now, but a 3-on-1 currently. Passed across, nobody home there for Barfoot, who Barfoot gets hooked up there, and it's going to be possession for Owen Sound. Swift stuck on the floor. Poor Jeff Swift, the captain. Had a chance to talk to him yesterday. He's going to be stuck on the floor a lot tonight, already has been, and he'll get even more time.
Yeah, exactly. A little minor interference there, nothing big, but you know, he's still a possession change, so another thing that they have to contend with.
Buck, Saunders, McNabb, hold shot, good save there. McNabb going to pick it back up. He does, shot. Great save there by Brown again.
Yeah, back-to-back saves. He just kept his body square. He's always been a goaltender that doesn't like to turn, which is good. So denied Jake McNabb twice on the doorstep. He's having a great game.
Ennismore now really trying to use their shot clock possessions. Trying to slow this game down as much as they can. They have 5 from the shot clock. I think it will just be dumped into the corner. There by Swift. Picked right back up by Owen Sound. Here they come. Just going to be handled there by Tompkinson, and Ennismore gets another chance to chew some clock.
Yeah, just a little overzealous on that one there. Just, you know, Brady Stewart just a little bit out of the reach of Zach Tompkinson there. So just a little bit too eager to get that pass up on the break.
Katoni. He's got Miller to his left now. Katoni. Get a little walk at the net. He's getting forced one way. He's going to try to go the other. He's got Hutchinson. Doesn't flicks off everybody. Now we'll try to give it to Hutchinson. He will. Hutchinson shot well wide. Hanrahan just couldn't get that one away, and Barfoot was able to just get in that way to make sure that ball didn't even get close to the net on the shot clock.
Yeah, it was good, the Owen Sound defense there, just as you're taught as a young kid to key it on the hands at the end of the 30-second clock and not let them get them free.
Buck shot, that was quick. Gets it back though, shot. That one goes wide and right into the rafters. And possession will now go to Ennismore.
Yeah, almost looked like that went off the post, but it was a tough angle to see for the referee, so awards possession to Ennismore.
Slowly, briskly up the floor is Ennismore. Swift. Shot there, that one goes wide. I think that was Hanrahan. Swift put that one wide. It goes all the way back to the bench, and Ennismore's just gonna fire it in on the shot clock.
Yeah, you can really tell that Ennismore is really starting to run out of gas. They're, you know, just trying to throw the ball into the corner and, you know, light shots on net. So Owen Sound just really has to push this now and put the ball a couple more goals in, and they'll be under control.
The only thing that fills me with confidence right now, Brad, is that Ennismore has no more forwards to use, so they can't really get chippy because they can't afford to put 3 guys in the box.
Exactly.
McNabb shot, great save there by Brown. Picked up though, McMillan, and they're gonna say his stick was in the crease.
Yeah, he just happened to reach over in, and I think his toe might have hit it too. So, but that was a nice loose ball. They just got to keep pushing that.
Hanrahan, Hutchcraft. Hutchcraft in, shot, good save Dunkerley. Played up there for Klopfer. Klopfer tries to get the pass across, nobody home, and up picked back up there, Josh Miller. Miller goes right down deep. He'll fling it up there for Katoni. Katoni, he's got possession of it. Again, one of the few guys with fresh legs. He did not play yesterday in the 9-8 win for Owen Sound. Katoni getting a kind of a pick there from, I think that's Miller. That shot over everybody's head, including Dunkerley's. That ball's going to scoot all the way down there to Jackson Brown. He'll probably just throw it up to waste the rest of the shot clock. But we're quickly like to thank Boston Pizza for the crew of freshmen here tonight. You can go see them at 1606 16th Street East here in Owen Sound, or call them at 519-370-2003, or visit their website at www.bostonpizza.com. Look at help them because they help us, and the Rogers crew is devouring the 2 pizzas that the great Mark Perry got for us. So we really appreciate them helping us. We'd like you to support the local community. McNabb shot over the back. Good save there by Brown.
Yeah, again, Brown just stayed square with that shot, and fairly easy one into the belly. So that Jake's got to figure out a way to come across a little more and tuck it in that short side. He's given that short side almost every time. So hopefully he can figure that out.
Ennismore looking for another opportunity at the net. Swift gives it off. Hutchcraft shot. That one got deflected over the net.
That was a great D play by Tyler Halls there, just to get a stick up in time just as Hutchcraft was releasing the ball.
Wait for the offensive guys to come on. McMillan in, shot, good save. I think he touched it in the crease, and he did. Possession will go to Ennismore.
Yeah, he had followed. His momentum took him through the crease, so obviously an easy call for the referee to give possession back to Ennismore.
Owen Sounds also seem to be kind of short tonight. They seem to be also quite tired for this game tonight.
Yeah, 2 games in 2 days is hard for some of these guys to get up for, and it is a lot of running and fairly physical games, so a little harder on the second day of the weekend.
Way down, now here comes Tyler Halls. 4 minutes left here in the second frame, 5-3 in favor of Owen Sound. Buck, Saunders, Buck, good save there, and then caught on the bounce off the boards there by Brown.
Yeah, Jackson Brown seems to just be tracking the ball really amazingly tonight. He knows when and where the guys are going, so he's really helping his team stay in this game.
Hammerhand right up there to Katoni. Fires it across for Swift. Swift takes a shot from well, it scores! Jeff Swift. And we're back to a 1-goal game.
Yeah, I think the defender needed to get out on that. I'm not sure if he was aware how few seconds were left on that shot clock, and inadvertently screened his own goaltender on that. I think he would want that back. I can see him shaking his head right now.
He's tired.
I believe that is Tompkinson, and it was. Just didn't close out Swift fast enough, and that one beats Dunkerley low.
Yeah, and Owen Sound has to pick that up, because obviously with Ennismore being tired, getting tired, they don't have those legs, and they're going to be taking those long bombs as much as they can.
Clofer and Swift are having a little conversation. They're open, cordial, as they would have played together a couple of years ago. Riley Thompson making a break for it at the net. He'll give it up there for Saunders. Saunders fires it, good save there. He probably should have went station to station. That ball's getting tied up now by Keane. Keane couldn't get rid of it. That shot, it's blocked. Now Klopfer, they're gonna take a run. Klopfer gives it off there to Saunders. Saunders back pass, Buck in, great save there by Brown.
A little bit of added push at the end there, and to let them know that, you know, you're not going to be able to get in that close, and I'm going to rough you up.
Owen Sound now holding it. Keane, Mcnabb, back for Keane. Keane low, good catch there by Brown. They haven't been able to utilize that smaller net yet.
No, he certainly covers up that 5-hole really good, which we thought maybe he might, they might be able to put a few through there, but Owen Sound hasn't seemed to have done that.
Pass there for Swift, scores! Swift got his second of the period, and now we have a tie game with exactly 2 left.
Yeah, I'm not sure what Owen Sound is. I think what you alluded to in the in the first intermission about Owen Sound not seeming like they're all obviously very fresh either. So they haven't been able to manipulate the Ennismore James gang, and now we have a tie game.
Swift came in 3rd in team scoring for Ennismore. He now has the lead, I believe. Gasconet. See, I haven't seen him a lot this second period. He's now out there. Saunders goes right in. His foot was in the crease, and he gives a little bump there to Jackson Brown. He's trying to get through back to where he's going.
Yeah, and they just have a little bit of words there. He can't get on my doorstep and not get a little shove back. So they need to. Owen Sound really needs to pick up their attack right now and be a little bit tighter. Ennismore is tired, but again, there he just slipped a pick, and obviously now there's another penalty coming to Owen Sound because of a slip pick. Yeah, it seems to have a little bit of energy, and hopefully he can stay in the game. But
Thomas McDonald now going to the box for a check from behind. We'll see if it's another double minor. And if it's another, it is another double minor against Owen Sound. Timeout taken by Ennismore. And it's gone from bad to worse, Brad, here for the Buckeyes North Stars.
Yeah, exactly. And they're not just they're not playing fundamental defense right now, and that's a tough. It's tough to come back and leave your goaltender out high and dry. With these guys, with Ennismore being so tired, Owen Sound should be keeping them in front of them and not letting them cut through. And it's not happening this period.
Definitely not been the period Owen Sound had hoped for, coming in up 3-1. Currently 5-5, so Ennismore has won the second period by a score of 4-2. So Ennismore, the team that has a lot less guys, and a lot less guys yesterday as well, seem to be bringing it to the Owen Sound Buckeyes North Stars here.
Yeah, and sometimes that's all it takes when you got guys out on the floor every other shift or every shift of offense. If they've got a little bit of juice in their tank, then they're going to be able to, maybe get on a bit of a roll, and that seems what has happened over the last 2.5 minutes of this period for sure. And Owen Sound basically just has to stop that bleeding from happening and keep these guys in front of them and not let them shoot.
Okay, Tony will start at the very top. 1.5 minutes left here in the game. 4 minutes just started there against Owen Sound. Hutchcraft can't get the shot away. Swift, Catoni. Swift shot, that's a good save there from Dunkerley. Dunkerley's gonna take a little walk.
Yeah, most of the time if Cam can see that shot, he's going to make the stop. So, maybe they're trying to clear lane out so he's not being screened by the defender.
Owen Sound just happy to chew up 30 seconds of the shot clock, game clock, and penalty. And Ennismore is completely content letting them.
Yeah, it would be nice for a goal, but when you've got 4 guys back defending this offensive play, it's going to be pretty tough for anybody to get in there. But
this Buck does.
Yeah, you know what? And Tanner drew a penalty there, so even in this game, speed kills, right? So with Tanner being so quick, he can slip those picks, and then Ennismore will obviously have to take a penalty.
And it's a hold that looks to be against Bourdain, Steve Bourdain, and that is not the result Ennismore would have wanted here right at the end of this second period. Now have to play 4-on-4 for a full 2.
Exactly, and it's it's a little bit tighter. Owen Sound should have a little bit better legs, so hopefully they can maybe squeak one out here in the last 30 seconds.
Keane looking for an opportunity at the net, can't get one. McMillan right there for Buck. Buck takes a shot, that one goes wide, and it will go all the way back, picked up though by McNabb. McNabb's got 10 on the shot clock. Ready for Buck. Buck takes a dash to the net, Buck shot, that one goes wide. McNabb's gonna have to retreat, he'll probably dump it into the corner, which he did not.
Yeah, I'm not really quite sure.
I think he wanted a reset, he didn't get it, and that will do it there for the second period. And a lackluster second period by the Buckeyes North Stars. And we come in now going into the third period tied at 5-all. And Ennismore with only 11 runners today, 14 yesterday, seem to be in a lot better position against this Buckeyes North Star team than what would have been first anticipated, Brent.
Yeah, and Owen Sound seemed to be the one in that period that was tired. They didn't really show their legs, and I kind of expected them to be, run and gun that period and try to put the ball in the net. But, give credit to Jackson Brown in the other net. He really stopped a lot of opportunities. This could have been a lot bigger lead for Owen Sound instead of being tied at this point.
Absolutely. Jackson Brown's been fantastic in that Ennismore net. He only allowed 2 goals in that second frame. Only let 5 in 40 minutes of lacrosse. Dunkerley, his counterpart, let in 4 that period. But a lot of times the big fault on Dunkerley. I think it's more, as you said earlier in the broadcast, the defense just not being as urgent necessarily on shooters as they should be.
Yeah, I think you hit the nail on the head in saying the urgency in Owen Sound in that period definitely wasn't there. They kind of were lulled to sleep, I think, just because Ennismore didn't have a whole lot of energy. So the energy level in the game has gone down quite considerably from the beginning. So it, hopefully Owen Sound gets a little talking to in the dressing room this period, and that's brought to their attention, and they can come out firing in the third.
Absolutely. Hopefully Pierre fires them up because they need something for this third period to be able to pull out their 5th straight win here and 2nd straight in the past 2 days here against the Ennismore James gang. But we'll be right back here after this break. But I will get a chance to talk to Tate Catoni of the Ennismore James gang, who's got a couple goals tonight here on Rogers TV.
Hi, I'm Ian Boddy, Mayor of the City of Owen Sound. To find out what's going on at your City Hall, please tune into our meetings on Rogers TV, Channel 53, Monday nights at 7 p.m. To follow along the agenda, please go to owensound.ca, click on City Hall, and then click on Council and Committees. We hope you'll join us.
Every year, dozens of Canadians are killed or seriously injured because they take risks around railway tracks. Talk to your loved ones about rail safety. Visit stoptracktragedies.ca.
Everyone in between the 2nd and 3rd period. I'm Spencer Byers here with Tate Catoni of the Ennismore James gang. Tate, big game for you guys here today. You're now on a 3-game losing skid. You lost to Owen Sound 9-8, but a great 3rd period by you guys, almost being able to claw it back going to overtime. How much confidence do you have in your team's performance today after what happened yesterday?
Yeah, it was a great comeback. Started to just find a glue. Team started to click, so same kind of thing today. Just play a little simpler game in the first 2 periods today, and we should be fine and good to go.
You were very short yesterday, only had 14 runners. How many runners do you have today, and do you fear having tired legs because of playing yesterday?
I think we have less today. A couple guys went back for this senior A team. Fortunately, I didn't have to, so I'm back and didn't play yesterday, so I should have fresh legs and be ready to go, and I think we'll be fine. We've done it a couple times this year and pulled out a win in Clearview doing the same thing, so we should be okay.
Absolutely. You're 2nd currently in team scoring at Ennismore. What has led to your success this season?
It was good, yeah. To follow up a good first NLL season and have the chance to come out and play while Senior A wasn't happening was huge. And just getting the confidence up again. In NLL, don't get a ton of looks on the power play. Here I do, and it's great, and happy to contribute to the team's success as well.
Ennismore currently in the 4th position in the OSL. What do you think you guys need to do to be able to turn around your season and go higher up in the standings and fight for Brooklyn for that 3rd seed, maybe even Owen Sound for that 2nd seed?
Yeah, I think it's just getting guys back. We have lots of guys that are still NLL or tied up with senior A teams. Once we get those guys back, we'll be ready to go and make a push for the presidents.
Absolutely. And lastly here for you, what do you think your team needs to do to be able to beat Owen Sound today, and almost like you did yesterday?
I think just come out and play with a little fire. Make sure that we're here to play a little more physical, get to the middle, and shoot the ball a little bit quicker. Took some bad shots. Goalie played well yesterday, so hopefully we can get more than 10 on him.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Tate Catoni of the Ennismore James gang. Back up to myself and Brad Cascadet after this.
Thanks.
Hello everyone, your host Antoine Hashim here on the couch, and welcome to season 8. Yay! 8 seasons, and we've got a lot of awesome guests coming up, so keep watching.
Welcome to the traditional, ancestral, unceded territory of the Stalo people. The Stalo are people of the river, I'm so thankful for the courage and resiliency of our ancestors who lived on this land since time immemorial. Each of us have gifts from the Creator, and our Creator has a plan and purpose to be fulfilled in our territory. As we embrace our traditional teachings, we can lead the next generation into the fullness of what our Creator designed. Our shared history reveals a broken relationship, but as all Canadians commit to hear truth, acknowledge injustice, we can learn to walk in our traditional way, Letsamot, with a good heart and a good mind. Then all of our lives will be enriched. Kwasai.
Don't forget to join us on Great County Life at Home next week.
We'll be speaking with Rachel Taylor from Home and Community Support Services.
Welcome back here to the Harry Lumley Bayshore Community Center and the J.D. McCarthy Arena for the second intermission between the Owen Sound Buckjuice North Stars and the Ennismore James Gang. Currently tied 5-5. Ennismore scored 4 goals in the second period. Owen Sound only scored 2. Not a great second period by Owen Sound, Brad.
No, they seemed to fall asleep in that period, and there was, we talked about it earlier about the sense of urgency, and that was not there in that period. Just basic skills, defending skills of getting out on their hands when they're, about to take the shots and stuff like that just seemed to be a step behind in that period.
You coached lacrosse at a very high level.
Yeah.
What would you be telling Owen Sound right now? In that locker room?
Well, I think they just really need to settle it down. Basically, they weren't doing a lot of things bad other than a couple of shifts. But when you have a 2-goal game, you can't do that. So, I would probably key in on something along the lines of, we just have to be a little tighter on defense, and we need to utilize the 30-second clock a lot more on offense and get Jackson Brown moving.
Absolutely, and you also got to force Ennismore to not do that because they've been trying to chew up as much clock as they can because they're the way more tired team.
Yeah, exactly. They're basically settling it down, and Owen Sound is playing their game, and they need to get away from that. They need to push them. They need to make them make mistakes, and right now they're not doing it. You got Tia Catoni and Jeff Swift basically running that offense right now, and they're going to be tired, but they're not making mistakes right now, whereas Owen Sound isn't containing those two. So if they can do that, then they probably will have a great third period and be able to pull this out.
Absolutely, and that'll be it for us here in the second intermission. We'll be right back for the third and hopefully final period between the Owen Sound Buckjuice North Stars and the Ennismore James Gang here on Rogers TV.
When it comes to drugs, how much freedom is too much for kids?
Drugs are out there. Will my teen feel free to say no around other kids?
I didn't live drug-free when I was younger. Can I admit that to my kids?
Drugs worry me, but how can I feel free to talk about it with my kids?
Questions about drugs and kids? Drug-Free Kids Canada.
What kind of show do you want to see on Rogers TV? What interests you? Log on to rogerstv.com, fill out a show proposal, and tell us about your segment idea. We want to know what you want to see. Rogers TV, only on Rogers.
And And welcome back here to the Harry Lumley Bayshore Community Center and the J.D. McCarthy Arena for the third and hopefully final period between the Owen Sound Bug Juice North Stars and the Ennismore James Gang. I'm Spencer Byers here with Brad Castanet. Big third period here for Owen Sound, looking to make their winning streak up to 5 in a row here against the James Gang.
Yeah, and hopefully Owen Sound can utilize this 4-on-4 to their advantage and maybe put a couple balls behind Jackson Brown. And there's a lot more floor space out here for some of these guys with fresh legs, so maybe they can utilize that.
Thompson, right across from Mcnabb, shot, good save there. Going to retrieve there was Keane and Thompson, neither could get a hold of it. Now still ball loose in the Ennismore zone, and now it will now be picked up by Ennismore. And as you said, 4-on-4 normally gives the teams with a lot more skill and a lot more speed the opportunity to get away with it. It's why they banned it in the NHL during the 80s, because the Oilers were just too good at it.
Yeah, exactly. So you've got some teams that will take advantage of that 4-on-4, and then some teams will just sit back until the penalties are over with and then get back to 5-on-5.
Which seems to be exactly what Ennismore is going to try to do here, with only having, I think, 11 runners currently, because 12, because Matt Fountain is now the backup goalie, with Aiden Hutchinson now having to come out and play a little bit.
Yeah, and there doesn't seem to be a whole lot of urgency on Owen Sound going after that loose ball, so it doesn't look as if they're going to try to manipulate that 4-on-4. They only got 5 seconds left, and then Ennismore's back on the power play.
They sent too many men on the floor, and they're going to call it. I was waiting for them to call it. Hutchcraft was a little too overzealous there on the minor.
Yeah, and Owen Sound got lucky there, and at least got a possession change so they can kill another 30. And there's only 56 seconds left on the penalty, so that helps them out immensely.
Halls, right up there for Keane. Keane trying to get around, can't. Back for Halls. Keane. Mcnabb can take a shot from a mile away, and that one goes wide, and Halls goes to retrieve. So does Keane, and Keane's just going to fire it. No, he's not. There's a whistle.
Yeah.
And possession's going to go to. And they're going to send.
Yeah.
They're going to send Dan Keane for delay of game.
Yeah, that's a delay of game penalty. You're supposed to just drop the ball at that sequence, and it, the referees are having a discussion. So it could have been just an inadvertent, not meaning to do that. But it, all in all, the referee's call is final. So it.
And Dan Keane is still trying to plead his case. They're going to be down 5-on-3, and no one can't believe they got that minor for a delay of game.
Yeah, that's a little tough on a game like this, 5-5. It's something that they possibly should just give a warning for next time. If you don't put the ball down, it's going to be a penalty. Most referees won't make that call in a game that's this close.
The Tony shot, that one goes wide. Retrieved there all the way back by Josh Miller, who will place it right up there. I believe Hanrahan, and he will. It's Hanrahan, Hutchcraft. Katoni over to Swift. Right up there for Hanrahan. Shot scores!
Yeah.
And completely screened there with Dunkerley.
Yeah, and that's exactly what the offense wants to do on that, and just come around with that slide pick and come across high, and Dunkerley has no chance. That should never have actually happened to Owen Sound. If things are, if they're playing the game the way they're supposed to be, that should not have happened.
And Brad, that's just even more looking at Dan Keane's minor. And it might be a cheap minor. It might be a penalty that no one's happy about, but they're gonna call it. You can't do that.
Yeah.
The line. So. Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's a rule. Rules are rules, right? And if you're gonna break it and be so nonchalant about it, the referees are gonna call it. As I said, most of them wouldn't, but every once in a while, it's gonna happen.
No matter how much you try to plead your case.
Exactly. Now there's been a big momentum shift in Ennismore's direction, so hopefully Owen Sound can stop this and get the ball back.
Swift gave it off to Katoni. I think it's Miller. Swift, Katoni. Katoni right across there for Hanrahan. Hanrahan shot, that one goes wide, picked up by Halls, and now Halls will try to go up the floor a little bit. He loses possession, gains it right back, and now he will come up here a 5-on-4 for another about 55 seconds, as we're just 3 minutes into this third and potentially final frame.
Yeah, so if they can kill this off and come back with only one possession and then possibly even strip the ball, this might be good for Owen Sound's confidence.
Tanner Buck can take a little walk at the net. That one goes over. Did have a space, though, above the shoulder. That ball will squirt right in front of the Ennismore. Oh, and Katoni touched it. I think he was waiting for them to move the ball back, but they don't. So now Katoni's got possession.
Yeah, Owen Sound needs to be a little bit faster getting off the floor in there. They're just a little bit too nonchalant right now, and Ennismore can just pump shots, and they've got guys with such good shots. They can't. Owen Sound can't let them do this.
Katoni back for Swift. Swift shot. That one goes wide. Hanrahan. Right there for Katoni. Katoni. I think that's Miller, or Hanrahan shot. That one's a good save. Hutchcraft can get a hold of it. He grabs that wrist again. There's going to be a call there, and it's going to be Wyatt Barfoot, and he can't believe it. And they just get rid of the first minor from Dan Keene, and they're back on the man disadvantage for Owen Sound.
Yeah, and that one was unfortunate because, the Hammerhand was going down at the time. Wyatt had made a fairly decent play there, but caught him a little bit high. And little embellishment there, but I'm sure the forward there, Harnahan, was a little bit tired in that situation.
And we go for a little water break from both goalies, just 4 minutes into this third frame. Owen Sound now been basically on the penalty kill the entire time of this third period, and it's costing them dearly, already being down by 1.
Yeah, exactly. And this is what, I said earlier about last night's game, is that they just had this bad period and took a lot of penalties, and it's hard to stay in a game or get back into a game when you're in the penalty box for most of the period.
They cashed in the last man advantage when they were on the 5-on-3. Hard not to when you're up 5-on-3. Hutchcraft, Katoni. He's got Swift down low. He gives it to him. Right, a pass across. Scores. What a tic-tac-toe play there by Ennismore. And the benefactor looks to be, I think, Cole Hanrahan.
Yes, I think you're right on that one, Spencer. Great ball movement, and this is what you want to do on your power play. You need to move the ball, and defenders have to have their head on a swivel, and it just tucking one guy, that extra guy, it's just tough for the goaltender to get back across in time.
Talk about your top players need to be your top players. They're missing their top point getter in Adam Churchill. But their top 3 players in Swift, Katoni, and Hanrahan, their top 3 scorers that are here have 2 goals, 3 goals, and 3 goals.
Yes, they've really taken control of this game for Ennismore, and Owen Sound needs to basically have their guys step it up here and, just put that behind them. Put those 2 goals behind you. 2 goals in the game of lacrosse is nothing to come back from, so they need to have that in their mind and take it to them. So
that's a great save there with the stick on Dan Keene, trying to make up for that penalty he took just a little bit earlier. That one picked up the white. Buck just couldn't tuck it. He had quite a big area to put it behind him, but just could not beat Jackson Brown.
Yeah, he was just a little bit too tight in there, and I think he almost maybe even have faked himself out on that one. So just again, Owen Sound just needs to settle things down, and be just start getting back to their game. Need a spark by somebody here.
If it's a hit, if it's a fighter, if it's a goal, we'll have to see to find out. Down low there is Riley Thompson. Right across for Mcnabb. McNabb's gonna take a little run at the defense. He's got nobody home. Sound short one guy for currently, but they're gonna get an opportunity at the net. Keene, save there by Brown.
And this is stuff that can't be happening tonight either, right? These guys need to be out there, and they almost used the entire 30-second clock, and they only had 3 guys on the floor. So it's there's a bit of something going on over the bench there. I'm not sure what, but they need to get out there quicker.
They need a lot of something, Brad. I don't know exactly what it is. And that one scores. It's Katoni, and Ennismore might just put this game out of reach.
Yeah, well, hopefully Owen Sound can get back in it, but Katoni, again, with his speed and his quickness, he just slipped the pick and tucked it over Dunkley's shoulder, and the defenders got caught up way high, or higher than they should be, overcommit, and then all of a sudden the ball's in the back of the net. So they have to figure out how to stop this bleeding fast.
talk about 16, 19, 26 all had points on that goal. They've gotten all 8 goals between those 3 guys in Swift, Hanrahan, and Katoni. And now Owen Sound's up by, he re-entered the crease there. I learned that call yesterday from DJ, thank goodness.
Yes.
And now Miller's going to lose possession of it.
Yeah, exactly. He thought that he had, with him having 1 foot in the crease, but you have to be able to do that. You have to have both feet in the crease or it's back in. So
Keane fires that one early on the shot clock. Doesn't get it on target. Picked up by Cascanet. Cascanet has not had a lot of time since the first period. Buck looking for a pass. Got to get it to Mcnabb. Picked up there by Keane down below. 10 seconds off the shot clock. In for Cascanet. Shot. Good save there by Brown.
Yeah, they're starting to penetrate again, so they got a fresh 30. Hopefully they can convert on this.
Mcnabb from well out. Good save there by Brown. Cascanet retrieved. This is probably been the best offensive sequence for Owen Sound in about a period and a half. Thompson. Keane. Back to Mcnabb. Nobody home. Miller trying to take a rush at it. Mcnabb does get a couple hacks, and he'll make sure Miller doesn't get away scot-free.
Yeah, and that little back pass is always dangerous when you got guys that, have the sensibility that, Owen Sound tries to do that, and they can pick it off fairly easily.
Swift now got possession of. Swift. Katoni. Katoni getting really mucked up there. Scores! Katoni's got his 4th tonight. And it's 9-5 in favor of Ennismore. And the wheels are starting to fall off the bus here for Owen Sound in this 3rd period.
Yeah, Holden Katoni, that was a nice goal. Good hard work. Owen Sound should have tripled him right there, but the 2 other defenders decided to go out to their guys. They have a little bit more awareness on who the shooter is, and you can't, why Barfoot could not get back into position after that slip pick, and doesn't look like they're even talking to each other much out there, so they need to pick it up here.
Paul's going to the face-off. He has Barfoot. The defenders are now playing a little bit of offense, and now they're going to realize we're poor defenders. We're going to go off, and Colfer and Barfoot and Halls, for example, are now coming off. The only one staying is Riley Thompson. Thompson taking a little rush, trying to get something on target. Fakes it there to Saunders, gets it down for Mcnabb. Mcnabb in the middle, nobody home for anybody. McMillan was there.
There's a nice quick shot by Saunders, and got back. He's got a little bit more umph in his step here now, so maybe something was said in the dressing room, and he seems to be working a lot harder this period.
You gotta hope something was said, because in the first 9 minutes of this period, they've let in 4 goals.
Yeah, they just need to be a little bit tighter on those main guys, and try to make the other guys hurt you. The guys that aren't putting the ball in the net, you need to, make them pass the ball to them.
Katoni from well out shot. That's a good save there by Dunkerley.
At least that sequence, they kept them out a little bit farther, and gives a little bit better angle for Dunkerley and more time and space to see the ball.
Buck now. Trying to get into the middle. Gives it for Mcnabb. Mcnabb mishandles that pass, and possession back for Ennismore. Errant passing, the exact opposite of what Owen Sound needs here to try to get this game at least a little bit closer.
Exactly, and I think everybody's just clutching their sticks a little bit too much now, trying to make things happen, and they just need to go out and have the 30-second sequence plays and get the ball back and play hard for the rest of the period.
Hall's got some speed. He's had speed all night. He gives it off. Keane diving. Could not beat Brown.
Yeah, Jackson, he's really, stepped his game up here even in the 3rd, so that might have been a stinger for him, though. He needs a little bit of water there, and he may have pulled something there. But looks like he's moving okay, so maybe just needs a little bit of water.
I think the guys are joking on the bench now. If he goes down, it'll be Fountain going in as the backup goalie. But quickly, I'd like to thank Boston Pizza for the crew of freshmen here tonight. You can go see them at 1606 16th Street East here in Owen Sound, or call them at 519-370-2003, or visit their website, www.bostonpizza.com. They can help them because they help us, and the Rogers crew was devouring your pizza earlier tonight. But what a contest here for the Ennismore James game. Lost their last 3 games, lost yesterday, stalled the Owen Sound offense though, scoring no goals in that third period. And now have had a great third period of their own here in this game.
Oh, exactly. They're doing all the right things to try to get out of their losing streak, and it's good to see. This is a good character effort by Ennismore to put up 4 in this third period already on Owen Sound after being tied heading into it. It goes to show their character.
Swift, Hanrahan, in, Hanrahan, great save by Dunkerley.
Yeah, Cam kept that in front of him. That was a very, very nice save.
Balls right across. Nobody home there for Owen Sound. That was Thomas McDonald. He'll go off now. Thompson, Mcnabb. Now waiting, and now here they come with 5. Keane, McNabb. Keane making a dive, couldn't get the pass from McNabb. McNabb puts that one on target, and he'll put it wide. And that's going to go shot clock. Dunkley's not going to hit that hit off fast enough. And possession will now go to Ennismore.
Yeah, and this is a little tougher now. The Owen Sound's got to clutch their sticks a little bit harder and are just trying to make things happen. It's a tough thing for them, but they need this to keep plugging away.
Tony already got 4 goals tonight. He loses possession of it, gains it right back. Tony just trying to chew up that shot clock, and he's doing it at a pretty well rate. Hanrahan, though, mishandles that pass. And it's picked up by Owen Sound. Klopfer. We'll give it off there to Tanner Buck. For Pat Saunders, and he gives it to him. Gives it off there, I think, for Buck. Buck could get a shot on target. Back for Saunders. Shot. Good save there by Brown.
Yeah, he just keeps coming up big every single shift here, and now even with that loose ball, they're just chewing up 30-second clock, and it's getting tougher. Owen Sound's running out of time.
Yeah, the clock is really against them right now. Buck can't get that one on target. He's still slow to get up. Picked up though by Mcnabb. Mcnabb taking a couple whacks, tips it up for Fegan. Fegan has not played a whole lot tonight.
No, I wonder if he's maybe under the weather or something, but yeah, it's only the 2nd or 3rd shift I've seen him on the floor.
Shot scores! Mcnabb finally stops the bleeding, and I think ended up being 7 consecutive goals there for Ennismore, at least 6 for sure.
Yeah.
And now Owen Sound's lead Ennismore's lead, is now down to 3.
Yeah, and exactly, and it's all about the loose balls on that goal, Spencer. They weren't nonchalant that time, right? There was some urgency of getting that ball back, and Jake just splits and one-on-one with a tired defender, and you need to manipulate that, and he did. So, hopefully there's still lots of time left. There's only 3 goals. You can score 3 goals fairly fast in this game.
Halls tries to go retrieve the face-off. He just won, and he dies. Now Halls will go up. Wyatt Barfoot. 3-on-3 into the middle. Shot there on Tompkinson, but a good save by Brown.
Yeah, that was a good look. And nice transition off the face-off. And every once in a while, you need to do that too to help out your offense when they're struggling to put the ball in the net.
Finally showed that Brown is human with that last goal from Mcnabb. Hadn't let in a goal for what seemed to be well over 20 minutes of actual game time play. Now Hanrahan, a little bit of off-ball shenanigans there by both sides. Hanrahan still got possession, now he's just chewing up clocks. Swift, I think from well out, he's just gonna lob her, and he is. Right on target though, and Dunkley's gonna catch it. Dunkley's gonna take a walk, he'll give it off. McDonald, he'll hand it off.
Yeah, and Owen Sound needed to do that defensively at the start of the period, not halfway through the period when they're down by a couple of goals. But there's a big save by Jackson Brown there, uncontested. Jake Mcnabb going in on that one. So he definitely has his number.
And they're going to do a water break again, I think, for the goalies.
Yeah, that was a one-on-one battle that that you hope that your leading scorer would have won that battle, and but I think Jackson Brown for the James gang is just on his game today, and it doesn't seem like a lot of guys in Owen Sound can put it past him today.
Yeah, and upcoming games now for Owen Sound. They have a 2-game road trip against Brooklyn and Ennismore next weekend. They then play at home against Brooklyn on Friday, then back on the road against Oakville and Six Nations, then come back for their very last home game on July 16th against Oakville. Massive game that should be, as now we have 2 more home games the rest of this season for the Senior Bees, as the Junior Bees are almost also wrapped up. Their last home games are next weekend.
Yeah, you would like to hope that Owen Sound would have fared better on this weekend. Well, they haven't lost the game yet, but if they can pull it out here, that would be huge for them coming in. You never like to lose a game at home.
They've only lost 1 game here at the Bayshore so far. They're 4-1. Looking like they might add a second one to that tally. Catoni gets away, he's in, that one takes the deflection and it goes wide. 3 now, White jerseys after that one, and Clover gains possession. Clover's gonna take a run, he's gonna stop though. He's gonna wait for the offensive guys, and I don't think he was too happy about it. It's off for Buck.
You got to play the percentage on that one though, Spencer. It's better for the offense to get out there to try to score than to have to rely on the defense to go back. So there's another back in, inadvertently, but the goalie went back in, and that's the right call again.
Possession back for Owen Sound. They have about 6 minutes left here in this third frame to get 3 goals. Preferably 4. Keane. Mcnabb. Buck gets the pick there from Thompson. Buck takes a little swivel, can't get through. He loses the ball and gets thrown to the ground, and no call there.
Yeah, that was, I don't understand why the referee did not call anything on that one.
Mcnabb gets the ball though. Buck can't get a shot away. Still, what a save by Brown.
Yeah.
Oh no, Mcnabb again.
Oh, another nice save. That was a big sequence there. Just couldn't, Tanner Buck couldn't get his hands free on that wide open net, so unfortunately.
And now Buck's gonna get a call, I think.
No, I think they're gonna let him play, because it was, the Ennismore guy was tying him up on the ground, so I think the referee kind of give a 50-50 on that one.
Tompkinson up the floor, up for Saunders. Saunders shot, scores! Pat Saunders gets his 3rd tonight. And it's now 9-7. And Owen Sound finally showing some life, Brad. It took them about 30 minutes of in-game play. We finally got some life for the North Stars.
Exactly. So somebody must have given them a little kick in the you-know-what, because now you're seeing them come off and making the goaltender look, and instead of letting the defense just stand and play their guys, right? So they need a little bit more movement. If they can keep the movement going, again, it's only 2 goals, 5 minutes and 28. This is totally achievable to come back.
Hall is telling everybody to get in the offensive zone. Hall, I think, plans to win this one pretty easily against Hutchcraft. They're fighting for it there. Halls is going to win it. I guess good thing he had confidence in himself.
Yeah. Well, he's one of the premier guys at the faceoff dot in the NLL, so he should be able to take a faceoff against a guy that hardly ever takes them. So that's huge for Owen Sound.
Shot, make that scores!
Yeah, there we go. See, get on the gas again. All it takes is a little bit of a roll, right? A little bit of a roll, and everybody's confidence starts to go back up really, really high. So that was a great loose ball effort. Good ball movement and a quick release by Jake, not letting Jackson Brown get set up. And, that's what you want to do instead of taking that little bit of time. Just needed that little wee bit of a screen, and that was a nice shot.
Halls against everybody in the offensive zone. He's telling them, I got this. Just get out of my way.
Yeah. Whereas the James gang's got Catoni sitting there as a just in case, right? See, that happens. But Tyler, usually he can get back. But James gang's probably going to want to settle it a little bit here, because there isn't a lot of gas in the tank.
Swift, less than 5 now left in the third. Think about just 2 minutes ago, they were down by 4. They're now only down by 1. That one shot gets hit by Dunkerley. Hall goes to retrieve it, and he will. Yeah. What a grab there by Halls, and it's now a 3-on-1. Make that a 4-on-2. What a pass in the middle. Tompkinson just couldn't squeeze it over the shoulder.
That didn't miss by much, so looks like Ennismore's keeping Katoni down in the offensive end, so Owen Sound will have a lot of 4-on-4 play here for the last 4 minutes of the game.
Hutchinson gives it up for Hanrahan. Hanrahan right over there for Katoni. He's got Hutchcraft at the very top of the zone, and Hutchcraft's going to take a little walk off, and I think Ennismore is just content with chewing 30 seconds of the clock every time they touch the ball.
Yeah, and that was actually really good defense on there to keep pushing them back into the defensive end, and then he can't get his hands free to take a shot.
Saunders straight across for Keane. Keane can't put that one on target. Buck right in for Saunders, I believe, and that wall was saved by Brown. I thought they called it out there for a second, but they did not.
Yeah.
Possession back to Ennismore.
I think he just stepped in the crease there right at the very end. He couldn't quite handle the pass from Tanner Buck, but at least they're penetrating and seeing some urgency here.
Buck now playing a little bit of defense there for the second. Is he going to stay? He is going to stay. Buck, I think, trying to decide if he should stay or go.
Yeah, it's almost a no-brainer if they're going to keep if Ennismore's going to keep a guy back in the defensive zone. Tanner might as well stay out there. He's really good at stripping the ball.
Halls. Give it off for Buck. More of a makeshift line here. Buck gets the pick from Halls. Gets around. Keegan opportunity. That one goes wide. Fegan couldn't grab it. Now Dunkley's going to take a run.
Yeah, that was just a little bit off. The Ennismore defender happened to get a stick on it right at the very end there, so
he got 5 left in the shot clock. He's probably just going to throw it, and he will.
Dump it in the corner. Maybe Jake can, no, that's there. Yeah, Ennismore just locked off on there. Good job and not letting the goaltender have an outlet to anybody.
They scored 2 goals in about 30 seconds at Owen Sound just moments ago, but now the clock is really against them. They have about 2.5 left to get one more, at least one more.
Yeah, and Ennismore's just looking at killing this 30. They know they don't need another goal at this point, but...
Dunkerley comes out to set a pick. Come out to get retrieve, and Dunkerley will. And his foot goes in the crease, and possession will go to Owen Sound.
Yeah, that was a nice play by Cam to come out and help Wyatt. Wyatt contained Katoni there in the corner, and Cam Dunkerley just, spinned him around enough to step in the crease.
Mcnabb, shot. Good save there by Brown.
Yeah.
Jeff was streaking there to Dunkerley there, but they didn't want to give it to him. I think Ennismore is just content chewing 30s every time they get on the floor.
Yeah, exactly. And if there's an opportunity for a guy to have a break just like that, but then Cam Dunkerley just comes up with a beauty save there. So now the urgency.
Shot. That one doesn't beat him.
No.
End-to-end play here for the last minute.
Yeah, they need to lock off here, Owen Sound does. They need to have guys up here locking and not letting them get down with this 30 seconds. So now Ennismore's called a timeout.
They're going to call a timeout. They're going to call for the sweep. And here comes the sweep for Owen Sound. But finally thinking by Ennismore, they're second of the night, and they have possession. And I think that gives them a fresh shot clock.
Yeah, they should have a fresh shot clock. Well, I don't know. They may actually bring that down to about the 23 before they actually got that, I think is the ruling on it. So I'd be very surprised if they did get an extra bit of time on that shot clock. But Owen Sound definitely needs to lock off and not give them an opportunity to get anything in the offensive zone.
And if you're Owen Sound, you're yelling for that shot clock and you change back to what it was before, because you do not want them to chew out another 30 seconds.
No, exactly. Like, time's not their friend at this point, so I'd be very surprised if they got another 30, but they shouldn't. It should go down to about 22, 23, I believe, when the timeout was called. Yeah.
So 26.
Yeah, he just made the call. So at least they knew what they were doing here and didn't give them that extra 4 seconds. So you need to keep them in front of them.
Swift takes a shot. Good save there by Dunkerley. Flung up there to Sean Lance. Lance, wait for the offensive guys to show up, and they will. And now Dunkerley's off too.
Yeah, I was going to say him. Oh, looks like there's too many men.
Again.
Penalty shot now. That's too many men for Ennismore. Means Owen Sound gets a penalty shot.
Which is why Buck just fired it from so far out. I was kind of surprised there for a second. This could be a prime opportunity. We'll see who takes it for Owen Sound. You got to expect it's either going to be Saunders or Buck.
Yeah, or maybe Mcnabb. It just all depends, right? Who they see who's in close on those. Like Tanner and Jake Mcnabb are both good shooters, but sometimes you got guys that are a little bit better at this specialty stuff. But it's going to be hard to say, really.
Now this is really like a free kick in soccer. They're all arguing who's going to take it. It looks like it's going to be Jake Mcnabb.
Yeah. Yeah, so in the game of lacrosse, and that happens, too many men in the last 3 minutes of the game is always a penalty shot.
That's a fun rule. That's a fun rule. I like that rule.
Yeah, so.
I love shootouts. I'm one of the 1% who loves shootouts in hockey, so I love penalty shots.
Yeah, well, and you know, for the most part in lacrosse, the penalty shot is usually in the favor of the shooter, but sometimes you get a goaltender that just doesn't go for any fakes or anything, so.
And Brown's been good tonight. Mcnabb in. Great save by Brown.
So you came across, you didn't bite for that fake and do the twister, so maybe Jake should have even tucked it down in that far corner and not let him come across his body again, but that was a very nice save by Jackson Brown.
Mcnabb is in disbelief himself, but possession will stay with Owen Sound.
Yeah.
Yeah, look like he tried to go back far side and just couldn't get it over far enough.
Yeah, couldn't quite get the twister to go in for him, so that's unfortunate. But you know what? As I said, sometimes the percentages go with the shooters, and sometimes it goes with the goaltender.
Face off now. Halls have everybody deep. Halls will win it. Halls now. Dunkley's going to go off. Thompson. Mcnabb blocked. Dunkley's going to go flying back. Mcnabb couldn't dash for it. Now Ennismore's get a chance. Owen Sound's got to press. They got to press. They cannot let these guys chew this 30 seconds.
Yeah, they got to lock off, and what happens here is you got a guy with fresh legs like Katoni. He's going to be able to hold that ball for quite a majority and possibly even beat his guy. So he's
got 10 left in the shot clock. Right for there for Swift. Swift rack pass. Nobody home for Owen Sound. Great save by Dunkerley.
Big save.
And a timeout taken by Klopfer for the Owen Sound Bug Juice Northside. Well, a timeout there by Rod to give his team 6.5 seconds. 16.5 seconds, pardon me, in this third period for Owen Sound to try to get that tire.
Yeah, you knew that was coming back. Unfortunately, Owen Sound couldn't pot it in there. Jake Mcnabb's shot was soaked by number 15, Aidan McLaughlin from the James gang. That was a great defensive play. But then on the way back down to the other end, you had Cam Dunkerley just stand on his head one-on-one with the guy on the crease. So, it's definitely been an exciting game. So we'll see what happens here going into the last 16 seconds of the game. Hopefully Owen Sound's drawn up a play that they can put it past, and they pulled the goaltender. So they gotta get the ball up the floor quickly first, though.
Yeah, Thompson's gonna go retrieve down deep in the Owen Sound zone. Shot clock obviously not a factor as there's less than 30 on the clock, only 16.5. And now Thompson's gonna fly.
Yeah, he's a quick player, but yes, they need to run this play fast.
Mcnabb's gonna shoot it. Saunders, back shot, I guess, nobody home. 3-2, and they're gonna press it, and Ennismore is gonna reserve the result. And Mcnabb's gonna get a little bit of a scuffle here at the very end of the game.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. You see some frustrations come out, and you've got guys that are tired, and there's probably a few words saying there, and it hurts when you lose a game like this at home. So temper's flared, but at least some of the guys push the guys away, and away we go, right? So
an opposite score of what happened yesterday. It was 9-8 in favor of Owen Sound. It's now 9-8 in favor of Ennismore. And not the result Owen Sound wanted. That now snaps their 4-game winning streak. It also ends Ennismore's 3-game losing streak. And you take all the factors into it, Brad. Ennismore was shorthanded yesterday, 14 runners. They had 12 runners today. Fountain got hurt in the at the ending of that. So they had a goalie be one of their 12 runners later in that contest. So everything seemed to be made for Owen Sound, and they just couldn't seem to get the result against a pretty, I'll even go as far as a really good Ennismore team today.
Yes. Ennismore was great today. They showed a lot of character, and they really pulled it out. And obviously Owen Sound looked as if they were maybe a little bit tired going into this game, and just didn't quite have it. So they'll have to figure this stuff out to win these big games moving forward.
DJ loves to say your best players have to be your best players, and Ennismore had that in spades. All of their goals were scored by one of three guys: Jeff Swift, Tate Katoni, or Cole Hanrahan.
Yeah.
And they were killers there for the Ennismore James gang.
And exactly. Sometimes when you have a team being tired, coming in shorthanded, when you can elevate your game, a few specific players can elevate that game, then that brings it forward for your guys, and it almost pumps the guys back playing defense to say, okay, I just need to do my job for 30 seconds. I can go have a rest, and these guys are gonna have my back and put the ball in the net. That was the biggest difference between Owen Sound and the James gang today, was that Owen Sound didn't seem to have that oomph to be able to come back in the third period. So
absolutely, they did though in the end come back a little bit. They were down by as much as 4 goals, I believe, 9-5. They scored 3 late ones there in the third, but just couldn't claw it back to a tie. This game felt eerily similar to when Tampa Bay played against the Columbus Blue Jackets and lost that sweep.
Yeah.
They showed up for about the first period of the first game and the third period of the last game, and that was it. That's what that felt like. They showed up for most of the first period. Second period was a wash. And they showed up about 10 minutes into that third period when they were down by 4 goals. And you just can't do that in the OSL if you want to be able to win these games.
Yeah, exactly. Like, this league is too good to be able to just hand somebody a win like that. Like, Owen Sound should have, pushed harder and, said to their guys even before the game, this is important. We don't need to lose a game at home to a team that's obviously going to be a little bit shorthanded. And it's just that sense of urgency, again, going back, doesn't seem to be there at any of the periods today. So
it really cost Owen Sound there in the end. But lastly, players of the game for Owen Sound and Ennismore, it's obviously, I think it's Tate Katoni had the fresh legs today, had the day off. Who would you say?
Oh, I would definitely agree with that. Tate Katoni really pulled it up. He's a premier player, an NLL player. So when you get a player of his stature back playing, he can obviously showed how he helps the team.
Obviously, Jackson Brown gets a mention as well as Cameron Dunkerley there for Owen Sound. But on the Owen Sound side, hard to pick a player. I'm going to go with Pat Saunders. He had 3 goals tonight. Was probably the best offensive player for Owen Sound. But hard to pick a player of the game that isn't named Cameron Dunkerley, who got kind of left out to dry for most of that game, in my opinion.
Yeah, I would agree 100% with that, Spencer. Cam Dunkerley really stood on his head today. Didn't seem to have a whole lot of help in some of the situations. And, you can take an offensive guy, but, a lot of the times your defense is, what helps you, especially you're a goaltender. So giving, him the player of the game for Owen Sound, I think is a no-brainer in that situation. And they can, learn from this game moving forward and not do this again this year.
Let's hope not here at the Bayshore. They only have 2 more home games this year, but that'll do it here for us on Rogers TV. I'm Spencer Byers for Brad Cash-Gannett. Thank you so much for bringing us to your living room, and we hope to see you later in June when only the Owen Sound Buggies North Stars are back here at the Bayshore here on Rogers TV.